I'm Blake Moynes.
And I'm Kendall Long.
And we are here in Madagascar, one of the most biodiverse hotspots in the world, to which 90% of the flora and fauna is only found here and nowhere else in the world.
We are here to work with conservation organizations on this beautiful island that dedicate their lives to maintaining all of the plants, animals, and fungi that call Madagascar their home. Because once they're gone from here, they're gone for good.
Madagascar is on the brink of extinction, and it's the people and organizations working endlessly to protect the last remaining wildlife and places here.
By focusing on umbrella species just like the lemur found only here in Madagascar, we hope to save all of this.
An island of unparalleled beauty and biodiversity, where nature's secrets have been woven into the very fabric of its landscape. A realm where lush rainforest and towering canopies harbour some of Earth's most enigmatic inhabitants. These are the lemurs, captivating inhabitants of Madagascar's intricate ecosystems, whose every movement echoes the island's ancient rhythms of life. As we soar above this island sanctuary, prepared to descend into a world where conservationists and communities stand united against the march of time, striving to safeguard a legacy of life that is both delicate and resilient. Welcome to the heart of lemur conservation in Madagascar.
So we're here in Ranamafan National Park. We have the privilege to talk to Dr. Patricia Wright. And instead of me diving in and giving you an intro, I think you really know best about this park and how you got it all started and the projects you have going on here. So where did it all start?
You know, a long time ago, I came here to find a certain kind of lemur that we thought was extinct. And instead, I found the golden bamboo lemur, which is a new species to science. And then I found the greater bamboo lemur too. And so that was great. But when the timber exploiters came in, the loggers came in, started to chop down the forest, that wasn't so great. It's, you know, rainforest full of biodiversity. Yeah. And I'm so proud of it. But even more important than that we're studying it. So we're finding out about how interactions are with the endangered species. We're discovering how to keep this forest alive. And so we had to do that with a rather large research station.
Right.
Started out with a cabin, a cabin in the woods, and we were still camping out in tents. And now, you know, it has molecular biology laboratories, it has insect collections, it has, you know, conference rooms. It's a real meeting place.
So when we're talking about cutting down the forest, obviously logging's been a major issue here for years, the slash and burn. But I know you recently talked about mining and how mining's becoming more and more of an issue.
Yes, we've really had, you know, we have high quality gold in Madagascar. I mean, there's extraordinary minerals in Madagascar. And so recently there's gold mining in one part of the park. It's actually just west of here. And the gold miners came in and they destroy the forest because they dig it up to get the gold. And then, you know, there's erosion, and then they start to hunt the lemurs because they don't want to walk back to the market to get food. And it becomes, you know, this vicious cycle of destruction. And we have 15 species of lemurs here. Yeah. And, you know, I've been keeping track of these shifakas. But many of these species critically endangered. These species are critically endangered. The golden bamboo lemur critically endangered. The greater bamboo lemur critically endangered. We have to keep track of their lives so that we can help them.
Our commitment to their well-being is not just about lemurs. It's a pivotal step in addressing a broader issue that calls for our collective attention and action.
Red-bellied lemur. Red-bellied. Did you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at a different part of the park right now. We're still in Ranamafan, but we're at a higher elevation. And with a higher elevation becomes different plants and animals that live here. Cooler temperatures means not every animal and plant can reside here. And so that's why it's important to protect a large area. So we just came across Edward Sifaka. It's one of 9 of this family group. It's only one listed as endangered. The rest are critically endangered. Without the help of organizations like Center Bilbao and Lemur Conservation Foundation, this species would probably already join the 31% of... Oh, they're moving. Let's go.
Amidst the cacophony of nature's symphony, there's a hidden story, one that involves the tiniest yet most crucial inhabitants of this ecosystem.
My name is Lemur Legacy, and I am anthropologist from this area here. If we not protect the forest, we lose millions of insects, and then if we lose the insect, then that's why there is no fruits, no future of the trees, no future of the rice. And because the people need the rice, and then the insect also part of the pollinator. So everything, they have their own role. That's the insect role. That's why insect is very important. If there is no insect, then their life is finished.
Without these tiny guardians, there would be no pollination, no crops, and ultimately no food on our tables. A stark reminder that the fate of the smallest creatures is intricately woven into the fabric of our survival. Now, the team heads into the jungle ahead of night, on a mission to unravel nature's nocturnal enigma.
Just smearing banana on the outside of the trap, all 3 sides. And there's already preset placements as to where they probably caught mouse lemurs before. There's a string here to attach these traps to. Check if this is the way. Drop the banana all the way to the back.
Just so the mouse lemur gets stuck in there, and then test it out. And then we're set to go to tie it up. And we're gonna test it one more time to make sure I did it right, because you never know. There you go.
Although every species of mouse lemur populations are currently trending downward, some species have adequate populations in Ramafan National Park. There's about 18 different species in this park, all of which fluctuate from least concern to critically endangered. So with some steady numbers and a temptation of a healthy slice of banana, there's a good probability that we're gonna catch enough with enough traps set. They are the most available species here, and it's the least invasive with this species in terms of collecting data. So this species of lemur is essential in understanding all lemur behavior, biology, disease, and of course, conservation.
As night turns to day and the elusive come out, the team head off to retrieve the traps previously laid, eager to uncover the secrets captured during the nocturnal expedition.
Aggressive. When they are trapped. Yes, one was the bit.
I knew I'd catch one!
Yeah.
Okay, so we just caught our second mouse lemur. I think we're only 7 traps in. We've got 25 more to go.
Yeah, can't wait to take him to the lab. Alright, so we just got back to the lab, and out of the 30 traps that we set, we caught 2 mouse lemurs, but it was a little rainy outside, so they were just a little shy.
A little bit slick, and so right now they're going to start the process of doing a full vet check, scanning them to see if they're a lemur that they've actually caught before. If they haven't, then they'll go through a whole series of tests, which I kind of secretly hope happens. It'll keep us up a little bit later, but I want to see how that process happens.
Once in the lab, the mouse lemur steps into the spotlight of scrutiny. It's here, in this environment stripped of jungle shadows, that the secrets of their nightly lives emerge. A canvas painted with the strokes of social bonds, individual quirks, and the dance of the enigmatic. Measurements are meticulously taken, genetic codes unravelled, and a scan reveals if this creature has left its mark on the records before.
Recapture?
Yeah. If it's a newcomer, a battery of tests unfold. Personality assessments, size evaluations, and checks on fat stores. An examination of eyesight and strength follows, among many more before the mouse lemur is released.
So we've just got 2 mouse lemurs. We did a quick exam on them. Both have already been captured before, so we didn't have to go through the full veterinary exam. We're just now going back up to the exact same place that we caught them to release them back into the wild.
The mouse lemur, once a creature of the mysterious night, now illuminated by the scientific spotlight, reveals its tale in the language of behaviour and interaction. But hands-on research isn't just enough, as in villages near and far, the tale of lemurs intertwines with the lives of the Malagasy people. Schools echo with laughter as children learn to be stewards of their environment, the guardians of tomorrow.
So we just got to the village of Ranamakan, which is just 10 minutes down the street from Centerville Bio. This is where a lot of the guides come from and where they grew up. Now, this village benefits a lot from the park. So we're going now into a classroom to see how Teo, our guide that's guided us along the way, teaches the kids about conservation, wildlife, and why it's so important.
Going back for the transportation and for food, that's what we do. I'm very happy that I'm working here and that I'm helping the people for conservation, and so I hope that everyone else they're going to take care and they're going to helping each other for the conservation, because conservation is more important for all around the world, not only for Ramafana but for everywhere in the planet, you know.
I think an important part of that is making sure that Ranamafan stays the way it is.
Yeah.
And so that's why conservation is so important. That's
Very,
why
very
you
important,
continue to pass on the knowledge so that this continues on and on through the youth.
Yeah. So this is where one of the example what we're doing here. So this is the example. So we need to do these things, and then the kids, when they get bigger, so when they go to university, they have already such a huge knowledge from when they are kids, you know, and they are coming back here again to do their PhD and degree. So they have got from where they are kids, you know. So this is like really easy to learn and to love these natures if you learn it as a kids, because I can mimic all the bird sound in Madagascar. And that's one of the things that I'm really popular here in Ramafana. I'm a farms guide for birds, and it's make me very excited myself. And so when I was a kid, I killed birds a lot, and then afterwards when I'm trying to be a guide with pets, and then we're learning that the bird is like a really beautiful and very important to have them here. That's why I changed my mind and my behavior. And most of them are insect feeders, so, and some of them they eat fruits. And also those eat fruits, so they are helping the ecological system, because they eat fruits. Once they eat fruits, so they drop the seeds and it's making new trees. So they can reforestate the forest. So that's why this is one of the things that where I'm not going to kill them anymore. So we need to protect as much as we can, and then reforestate more forests around Ranamafana, whole Madagascar. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much.
As the school bids a heartwarming farewell, our intrepid team embark on a journey, leaving behind the familiar whispers of one region to answer the call of a new adventure. Each mile brings a new chapter in this expedition to save a different species. A mission that transcends the boundaries of the familiar. In the heart of this new territory, the team converges with fellow stewards of nature, researchers driven by a shared passion for conservation. Together, they unite under the same common banner of saving a species on the brink. This time, it's not the mouse lemur, but a different creature, facing its own unique challenges. The team's mission? To weave a narrative of hope and resilience for a species in need.
So this is the official boundary of Marijeji National Park. Right here is one of 82 original markings. And right there is some of the newer demarcation signs that notify people of this boundary. They're trying to put more and more of these signs up because people are encroaching more and more every year on these park boundaries for agriculture. So the more we get of those up, the more we'll be able to protect this area.
Yet park boundaries alone aren't enough to shield these lands from the ever-present dangers of illegal activities. Hunting, logging and exploitation that threatens to erode the very fabric of this natural haven.
So these northern bamboo lemurs are ephemeral, which means they're active both day and night. And these guides have been watching them, so they'll be active up until like 9, 10 p.m. at night and actually get up super early at like 2 and 3. And during the hottest times of the day, they sit just like this, lethargic, getting away from the sun, and just get a good nap in.
So this northern bamboo lemur species doesn't have a lot of studies done on it yet. Not much is known. So the Lemur Conservation Foundation is going to be putting camera traps all around this bamboo forest just to follow them around and learn more about this species. So hopefully they'll learn more about them soon.
So right now, Dr. Eric Patel is setting up camera traps. And the reason that we're doing this is so we can get an occupancy study done on the abundance of animals here and what species live here. So we just went and retrieved a whole bunch of camera traps. Now the team is reviewing the 3 months of footage. Camera traps are becoming more and more important in researchers' toolboxes, just like Dr. Eric Patel.
So you've had these camera traps set up for quite a while, and you've managed to capture some animals. So what are we looking at right here?
Yeah, it's a fallen nuke, or Europleris guduti, a very unusual carnivore that eats mostly earthworms. We were hoping to find lemur predators like the giant Fusa or Cryptoprocta, but we haven't seen those yet. Although the bamboo lemurs have a lot of predators here, we're still looking for some of their carnivore predators.
Venturing deep into the heart of the jungle, our team embarks on a journey that transcends the boundaries of research. It's an adventure that speaks to the very soul of those who tread these paths, an odyssey of discovery that sparks a flame of reverence for the untouched wilderness. To journey through these realms is to witness nature's poetry, a melody of sights and sounds that engraves itself upon the hearts of those lucky enough to experience it firsthand. As we journey through this extraordinary tapestry of life, let it be known that the call to action is not just a duty, it is a pledge to be stewards of the untamed, guardians of the mesmerizing wilderness that beckons us to protect, preserve, and ensure that this adventure remains eternal. An adventure that continues to unfold with each step taken in the name of safeguarding the irreplaceable treasures that lie within the heart of the jungle. The research conducted here is a beacon for conservation. Each discovery and data point weave together the elaborate web of existence. Our pursuit of knowledge is an investment in the future, safeguarding this wilderness for generations. As stewards of these species, we ensure the jungle's timeless allure persists, an adventure echoing through the ages. As night falls, our lenses reveal the nocturnal wonders of this jungle. It's not just the day we aim to save, but the enigmatic beauty that emerges in darkness. Our commitment spans beyond daylight, embracing the secrets of the night. Safeguarding this wilderness means cherishing every moment. Whether in sunlight or beneath the silver glow of the moon, an adventure that transcends time itself.
We're here in Merodjej National Park. Who are you? What organization do you work for? And why do you do what you do?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Eric Patel. I'm the Conservation and Research Director for Lemur Conservation Foundation. We have an office down here near the park, and our purpose is to help save this World Heritage Site and to save the Sulky sifaka, one of the rarest lemurs in Madagascar.
So what is the current state of Sulky sifaka? I know that we want to focus on, you guys want to focus on the northern bamboo lemur, but the Silkies has always been your bread and butter. Why is that?
Absolutely. No, we continue to be very interested in the Sulky sifaka. We just got back from a remote survey, actually, even as we're starting new long-term research on the northern bamboo lemur. Sulky sifakas are the flagship species for the whole region, and for good reason. They're incredibly rare. There's less than 2,000 individuals. Most of the remaining populations are in this park and only in higher elevations, so they have a very restricted range globally. They're not found in any zoos. They're difficult to breed in captivity, and they are hunted. There's no taboo against hunting them.
What does the future look like for the sifakas? I mean, right now obviously it's not looking great. Is there hope?
There's definitely hope. You know, there's a lot more awareness now than there used to be. You know, people like you coming out here, you know, that wouldn't happen 10 years ago to these remote locations, and that really helps. Sifakas are also often flagship species, so at least people know about them. At least they're some of the bigger lemurs. And yeah, all 9 of them are critically endangered now. They really require primary forest. Sulky sifakas, unfortunately, they're not a species that does well in disturbed environments. There's a couple disturbed habitats where we've been studying them, and we're finding out that the animals the group sizes are much smaller, the animals are skinnier, they're lighter, and the home ranges are much larger. They have to travel really far in these disturbed forests to get the nutrients they need. So we're lucky that we have places like Merodjej National Park, which are virtually pristine forests, and there aren't that many. Sifakas they easily get ill, and anytime you anesthetize an animal, and you know, they wake up in a completely new place and they don't know where they are. But it's still better than losing them.
So finally on the last day, we just came across a Sulky sifaka, super high up in the canopy, so we're not getting a good eye on him right now, but we might put a drone up to see if we can get an aerial view of the group up there.
Aerial wars.
Oh wow. Oh, he's right here. Yeah.
As our expedition through the heart of Madagascar draws to a close, it's time to reflect on the symphony of discovery that has unfolded. A journey that transcended the ordinary, weaving a narrative of awe, challenges, and hope for the future. From the enigmatic mouse lemurs to the endangered sifakas, each creature played a role in the intricate dance of biodiversity, a dance we witnessed and sought to protect. Alongside local conservationists and reforestation guardians, we planted seeds of renewal, turning the tide for the jungles of Madagascar. The once threatened landscapes now stand as a testament to the resilience that flourishes when passion meets purpose.
I mean, let's face it, the current situation in Madagascar is dire. The future doesn't look bright. There's people and organizations doing their best to try and combat the reality. And there's some positive takeaways and little glimmers of hope. But hope isn't enough. Hope alone, although the base of which initiates action, it doesn't promise change, it doesn't promise a result. And all the issues and threats on the island of Madagascar and everything they're facing, the people, the incredible biodiversity, the rainforest, these renowned landscapes, is quite literally the story of what's happening to Earth right now. So using this small picture example of Madagascar helps tell the story of the big picture of what's happening globally. The story of lemurs, let's call it chapter 1, began 65, 75 million years ago. And humans are in full control of how that story ends. Just like we're in full control of every living being on this earth. Let's just do our best to make it happen.
In the end, we will conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand, and we will understand only what we are taught.